Hello, this is a community that's having a very busy year, becoming a royal borough during the Diamond Jubilee celebrations, and some Olympic events have been held here. But you know, it's always busy with tourists for its maritime history and for having given its name to the Greenwich Meridian. But what's Greenwich in London really like? Time for Songs of Praise to find out. Coming up, the Archbishop of Canterbury reveals one of his personal heroes. A son finds a new way to phone home. And glorious hymns sung in the Old Royal Naval Chapel. Greenwich, busy and full of life. Home to the famous Cutty Sark and the Royal Observatory. The Greenwich Meridian line is the centre of world time. Without it, international travel would be in turmoil, and calling friends in faraway places at the right time would be nigh on impossible. Every place on Earth is measured by its distance east or west from it, making Greenwich the starting point of each new day. Well, our first hymn, rather appropriately, is Morning Has Broken. It's sung by the local community here from the glorious surroundings of the Old Royal Naval Chapel. A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight, which is from the book of Proverbs. Well, that's the sign that welcomes you here to Greenwich Market. Let's go and see if we can find some delights. How's business? Good? Oh, I see you've got my daughter's name. Can I get this? It's for me, really. I'm looking for Barbara Ray's stall. I've got a surprise for her. It's Barbara, isn't it?
Oh.
They said I'd find you just here, and they were right. How are you?
Fine,
Very nice
thanks.
to see you. So what time did you set up this stall this morning then? You've been here for quite a while, have you?
Well, we have to get here about 8 o'clock.
Right.
Manages to give us a good position.
And is it part of a community, would you say?
There it is. I mean, people look out for each other here. And certainly there's a camaraderie. And yeah, sort of touch of heaven, I suppose.
Really?
Yes, yes. I think it's changed over the years, but I do think that to have the arts and crafts, you know, for people to be making things in the week and then coming here and have the opportunity to sell it is wonderful. You know, because I think we're meant to be creative, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. And this isn't your stuff, is it?
No, unfortunately not. And it's really beautiful, isn't it?
It is, yeah, gorgeous.
But it's my daughter-in-law. She did a textile degree and worked so hard, and then her and my son have gone off to run a craft project in Iringa, Tanzania.
Right, just like that. Must be strange for you then, selling your daughter-in-law's wares while she's out in Africa.
They didn't ask me to do it, I have to say that. Now, I don't think they expected me to do it, but it was sort of made them feel closer because they used to run a stall here. And when they first went, and it was a big hole in my life, it brought them closer to me.
Should we try and catch up with them?
Really?
Yeah, why not? the wonders of modern technology and all that.
That would be good.
Okay. So Barbara, look who I found! So they're in Africa, we're in Greenwich, selling your gear, Katie. So guys, how's it going out there in Africa?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, there are lots of challenges that we're facing every day, but yeah, we're really enjoying working with the guys that we work with, the disabled guys that we work with.
So take us through a normal day, if there is such a thing.
There really is no such thing at NAMA. We're doing all sorts of things, from fixing toilets to distributing work to teaching new skills to our disabled staff. So it really does change every day.
Right. Well, listen. And the line was, Ben, you were supposed to say, "And I miss you too, Mum."
Yeah, that's love, Mum.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you guys. Nice to meet you, and nice to talk to you. And
Thanks, Alex.
say again. It must make you so proud, though, knowing that your son and your daughter-in-law are doing such good there.
I am proud of them both, yes. And they are certainly doing what they want to do and they feel God is calling them to do.
The parish church of St Alphege stands in the centre of Greenwich. It's dedicated to the 29th Archbishop of Canterbury. In 1012, Alphege was martyred by Vikings close to the site of the church, and now, a millennium later, he continues to be remembered.
Well, we wanted to make our 1000th year celebration of his death into a celebration as much of his life, and also the connections between Scandinavia and this country, and how enemies can eventually become friends. And he in his own life epitomized the spirit of reconciliation. And so we use that really as our theme.
Pilgrims gathered close to Southwark Cathedral to begin their journey to Greenwich. Many travelled by boat and were joined by Dr. Rowan Williams, the 104th Archbishop of Canterbury. During the voyage, he explained why Alphege is still relevant today.
It's not often you get to celebrate the 1000th anniversary of an event, and in this case an event that we know quite a bit about from contemporary records. So we're celebrating one of the great watershed moments in the 11th century, when the Vikings were overrunning the south of England, great tension and stress with the local people, with the local kingdoms, And St. Alphege, the Archbishop of Canterbury, is caught up in the middle of this, taken prisoner by the Vikings and held hostage, held to ransom. And the inspiring thing about Alphege is that in a society where everybody's value is calculated, you know, some people's lives were obviously more valuable than others, he just refused to play that game. He said, I'm not going to be ransomed. They were asking some massive sum to ransom because he said, the burden's going to be carried by the poorest people, and I'm not having that. All through his ministry, he'd served the poorest of his own people, he'd sold church property to feed the poor and the hungry, and he died as he'd lived, really.
The most special guest that we had for the celebration was the Archbishop of Canterbury himself. When he got to the church, he spent about half an hour outside the church, and then we had the service itself, which had a lot of visitors from Scandinavia as well as this country.
Give you the joy of his kingdom. Jesus Christ our Lord.
Amen.
Now you, madam, come on, pop it on there.
The Living History organisation set up an encampment on the green behind the church to give a flavour of the way we lived 1,000 years ago.
When you're ready, you nod your head and we make a big noise.
It's always an inspiration to look at your great predecessors, and there are some amazing characters among them. Alphege is one of the most inspiring to me, and I think it's marvellous that today we're not only celebrating his memory, we've got people here from the churches in Denmark and Sweden and Norway, the Viking countries, not just to say sorry, but to remind us that we're part of the same Christian family today as well.